Okay, in part 3 here, we're going to use some of our algebra skills and kind of show how that's all going to work. So if you'll see on the first one, they give us an arc. They give us another arc over here. We recognize we have a a diameter and a diameter. So there's my 180. And I also have this little piece here that has an expression on it. They want me to find the value of x. Okay, so I basically need to know what is the relationship between this expression and anything else I can find. Okay, so one of the first things I always look for is look at the diameter. Okay, and is that something that might help me find the x? So you can see if I use this side with this diameter, or if I use this diameter and use this side, both of those contain this expression, and I can find what that is going to total of 180. Okay, so that will help me then write my equation. So let's find, this is 15. We know this expression. How can I find this one? Well, 103 is there, so 180 minus the 103 is going to give me the 77, which is going to be this arc and the central angle are both going to be 77. So when I'm looking at this, I can see now that I've got 3 arcs that are going to total 180 degrees. Okay, now I can even shorten that up a little bit to make my equation a little bit simpler. I know these total 180, all 3 of these. Well, if I already have 77 and 15, that's 92. So between these two, I have 92, so whatever's left, that's got to be this expression here. Okay, so 180 minus the 92 gives me 88. So that means this angle right here has to be 88. That means this algebra expression from E to D has to equal 88. So my equation is actually going to be 18x minus 2 equals 88. Go ahead and solve that for x, and that's all they want me to do, so I'm done. Okay. Next one, what do you recognize about these two? Well, first of all, these are both diameters. These two are actually dealing with these two central angles. This one goes with this angle, and this arc goes with this angle. And those two would be considered vertical angles. We know vertical angles are equal. So that means these two arcs are going to be equal. So 10x minus 22 is going to equal 8x plus 12. So we're going to go through and solve that. I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. I'm going to add 22. So value of x is 17. Okay, now they want me to find some actual measurements. Those little m's in front of there, that means they want something with degrees. Okay, so they want a degree measurement. So since I know x is 17, I can plug that back into here. I can go 8 times 17 plus 12. And when I do, I get 148. Okay, that's this arc and that's that angle. Be the same thing over here, 148. Diameter, 180 minus the 148. That's going to give me my other angle in here, 32, 32. Now we can find the rest. So arc AD, and we plug that in, we get 148. Now you could also have plugged in the 17 into this one. Take 10 times 17 minus the 22, you're going to get the same answer. Arc CD. Now arc CD and arc DC are the same thing. Okay, so that's going to be 32 degrees. This one's a major, 3 points on there, so BDC. So I'm going to start at B, I'm going to go through D, and I'm going to stop at C. Okay, B to D is 180 plus 32 more. Gives me 212 degrees for that major arc. Okay, last one. So the relationship between these two arcs You can see this is a diameter, so I know from J all the way over here, that's got a total 180. So these two arcs together are going to add to equal 180. Okay, there's one of them. Here's the second one. They need to total 180. Okay, I recognize that by this diameter going through there. Okay, so I'm going to add like terms. Okay, the negative 41 plus 23 is negative 18. I'm going to add 18. Divide by 22. Get x equals 9. Okay, and just like before, whether we did angles or we did segments, once I know x and they want me to know other things, I got to go plug that x into my two expressions here. Okay, so when I plug it in here, I get 5 times 9 plus 23. That's going to give me 68. When I plug it in down here, 17 times 9 minus 41 gives me 112. I could also have just taken 180 minus the 68 that I already found. That gives me 112 here. Okay, vertical angles. I have all my angles. Now I'm going to go look and see what they want me to find. So arc JK, J to K is 68. M to J is 112. Okay, here's a major, L, M, K. Okay, so I'm going to start at L, I'm going to end at K, but I have to go this way through M. So it's everything except the 112. So this is one where I could take 68 plus 112 plus 68. 68 plus 112 plus 68. Or I want everything except the 112. Okay, both of those will give you 248 degrees. So a central angle and its arc will always be the same measurement. If you have any questions, let me know.